So this was the first time activation. Wow, this crystal has a cool history. It was activated at the 880. They use it as for building, for energy, for healing, as a gate. They use it for so many different things. And so I was in that grid, and I saw immediately like the DNA spirals, and I knew they were from the reptilians. Hello everyone. I was just looking at the clock and it's 12:12. What a beautiful and crazy time to begin with. Namaste, welcome to this video with a brand new update, including 8.8 Lionsgate. So I hope you're doing great and awesome in this time. I didn't feel very well since that Mercury retrograde on the 5th of August. I was so down suddenly, but long ago that I was so down from the nervous system and from my mental health. Somehow I was quite like I went into the hermit mode and like a 0 point. I needed to align and refocus, etc. But this can happen, like I always say, you can be flying and you can be very in a more low vibrational state. So the updates had been with the God heart that was beating in the etheric realm of Earth, and that we need to find a consent all together, and that we are entering this time of the consent. The Vega were working with me before the 8.8 Lionsgate, and it's not what I wanted to tell you, it's not that like a gate is opening and closing like that fast. It's more like a sundial. It's more, the energy are more approaching softly and gently, and I sometimes in June or even in spring and the end of July, I always say the energies are like bundling up and direct into the direction of the 8.8 gate and the spirit realm. They want that. They turn the energies into the direction of this special date. And it's like, it's directing into this 8.8, and then it's gaining momentum, and then it's slowly dissolving again, this energy, but it's not like open and closing. It's more like this process, this pulse, this, like I said, like a sundial, coming and going slowly and mostly gaining this momentum, this peak, this high point. So the Vega were activating the triangle again on their third eye, and with like a snail inside, and it was, first of all, it was orange activated. I wrote here in my journal, and later on I saw water and translucent color there. So it was like, I don't know, refreshed, and I don't know how to say, like, like a new fresh start, a new fresh point. And then they said golden ratio. It was like, I think it's because we entered this new Earth time, and it's like with the 8.8 gate, it's that date and then it's gone. It's a slow thing, and I had the feeling when they were communicating with me that it was like, now it's like when the balance, it was so much also so low vibrational, and now we came into this golden ratio, and now slowly the balance goes back, and we are entering the new phase of more positive and high vibrational frequencies, manifestations, and everything that is within this. This was so beautiful, because I said to you in a previous video that the light workers, they got like God light containers. God was pumping like the light inside of us and inside of anyone, if you feel that also, but specifically for us, because we're working with this. And suddenly I was outside on the fields, and I felt like we were like activated, and I was standing there. Was a beautiful street that was leading on the top of a hill and into the landscape. And it was not me who sent it out, but this energy just went out into all the paths and streets and ways into life. It was like this crystalline energy is going forth and sending out like the light path for people. That it's not nothing that is there when they enter a path or a location or an energy or whatsoever. It's something that was there. The light workers were there before with this positive light. And then I saw that God light. I told you about the spiral gate I saw in my previous workout in this little what is it, like a little wood. And now I saw the spirals out of us, out of the palms. And then again, it was like with the Vega, this water, I saw it also with the Giza aliens. I always tell you, they're building those constructs, like with their third eye, they're building like houses and things, and the water came inside of there too. And water, is always a very fast transmitter, so everything, it can be easily, like I said, the 0 point, and it can be easily build up a new thing, and it's like washing clean and bringing something new. This was so beautiful, because I felt so drained and so down, and I couldn't even move. I felt so much pain here in the muscles and in the nervous system, and I was laying for 3 days almost, and always this pain. I was just so happy that there was no fever, and not that much pain, that I was just shaking and shivering all the time. But it was quite hard, and I had the intuition of I should connect with the light workers grid. And this is a tip for you also, that you can set your intention or ask the light workers or the light workers grid, or imagine it, that you just connect with the stream of high vibrational energy, of this crystalline energy, and just do it and see what's happening. For everyone it's something else, and it's not even always the same. Sometimes can be this, sometimes can be that. Before the last time I was connecting, that just filled me up, and it was like a like a drainage in some way. And now I was connecting to it again, and they gave me like here an energy, like a tube, and here the tube went out. So it was like it's like a dialysis. They were just bringing this new energy, and then I felt everything was like this fine crystalline energy everywhere, not stuck or compressed or something. this was so beautiful, and I can just recommend this for you and your spirit work if you feel very much strained or imbalanced and you can't do a lot of things, because I was so much in pain. I couldn't do yoga because yoga is always such a game changer. You do yoga, you drink a lot, you go out, but I couldn't go out. I couldn't do anything, and that was quite hard. So this time I asked the light workers, and it was so beautiful just to be in this group of workers. So then we come to the 8/8 Lionsgate. First of all, before I went out onto the fields, I was in my room, and I will blend it in. I made a grid with frankincense and opalite and the flower of life under the opalite, and opal in the evening, and onyx. And by the way, so cool, I'm a daycare mother in my first job, as you know, and I needed a new stroller for a kid of mine, and it's from Cybex, and see what came with it: gold and onyx. So one stone was also the onyx, because the onyx is the stone I told you that is so important for all the work out there, because it always keeps the vibration balanced out and aligning. So whatever the other stones and spirit, what everyone is doing, this stone, this crystal in particular, is always the main focus, that the field is clear and stable and normal vibrating, and not getting crazy or shooting out or something like that. So I was in that grid, and I saw immediately like the DNA spirals, and I knew they were from the reptilians, the reptilian code light DNA activation. As you know, I was working with the reptilians for a long time, and they have a very negative imprint on them from what people are saying and telling. But this group I am working with, we were working with something that came from Egypt, a theme, a topic, and they were like transforming. They understood and were willing to work with me and my alien teams. So it was 2 years ago, they suddenly came into a light work session with me. They were not and I never say they are dark. People label them as dark, but as I told you, they don't have this emotional body around their body. So for them, some things are not clear, and for them it's so normal to just have a leader and everyone follows the leader, and it's about structure. And so they saw that they can't apply this on us, because we can't completely function under this structure thing. We have an emotional body, and we are emotional beings, and we have other and different needs than them. So they were willing to work with me out there and us, and they just provided their God light, tunnel them as a conduit of source, and just let God light shine through. And that was like a healing for them. And I saw that with the Gizeh aliens also. They were changing a lot. With that fairy gate, I told you that they were always building. It's not negative also, but they were not constructively coming forward in any way. So they were working together with the fairies. And you see, we all, in one way or the other, we depend on each other, but in a lovely way and in a helpful way, in a light way. And so I saw that their codes, DNA codes, are light DNA activated, and they, the codes that shone upon us and were working with us, they changed the codes, and now they are turning into a light state. So this was in the morning, and I didn't know if I could go outside because I was still in a very bad shape. I was laying a lot during the afternoon. And I thought maybe I don't need to go outside, but I was like, though I was waiting because somehow it's, yeah, the same procedure as every year. And then at 4 o'clock in the afternoon, they, yeah, slowly got me out of my apartment. So there were some stones, they should come with me. Onyx and a few others. And a pyramid also. And I just know it was like I stumbled onto this field. I was so like, I can't tell you, like drunk and full of pressure and too much energy and everything. That it was so, I felt like so swollen from all this energetic upwind. I don't know how to say. And I was like I don't know, like drunk. And I wanted to get my period blood out of there. It was, and I even had my period 1 week or a few days earlier than it should be. So usually I never forgot it, never, because from the blood comes the highest pressure always that I should go out and take some stones with me. And this time I completely forgot it at the 8/8. How could I? So I packed the stones, everything. I was out on the fields, and suddenly in the middle of the field, they showed me the blood in the fridge. And I was like, tears are coming down my cheeks. I was so crazy yesterday. And I said, why are you showing me now when I'm already out there? And for me, it was so much effort to go out there and to can do something out there at all. Why didn't they show me earlier? And never something happened to me like this. And it was like crazy. And they said to me, the blood will be activated in the fridge first by the field work out there. And then I said, what then? It was so crazy. So I pushed my bike to the ground so that no one saw that I am on the field, that I am all by myself and I can work there all in silence, but it wasn't completely. So I started to work with the crystals with this high pressure. And when I sat down, they told me what's the plan with the blood. They said that it will be activated in the fridge, but I should bring it out. I should get it out when it's nightfall. And because they wanted to see they wanted to activate the blood under the stars and the starlight and this wonderful moon yesterday. That was so soothing, such soothing energy. Yeah, that was the plan. It was so beautiful, but though I was so down and I thought, oh no, then I have to come here again. Just human thoughts. So yeah, so at least I knew what their plan was, because it never happened that they didn't show me the blood or I was unaware of the blood. So everything was so crystalline out on the fields. It was crazy. Like, really, I had so much difficulties to see the earth, the picture of earth again. It's like you are so much within this spirit realm thing that it's like you see through this earth into the spirit realm, and this earth picture is not so clear anymore. It was so crazy. I was really at the field. I could have fainted also and just forget about everything. It was crazy. So yeah, my new smoky quartz, the beautiful one, I will get it because I want to do an activation a few later on. This wonderful beauty with the rainbows in it. So this was the first time activation. Wow. This crystal has a cool history. Was activated at the 8/8. And it's so beautiful. Really, it's one of the most beautiful pieces I've ever held in my hands. So this was activated, and first of all I spoke language onto it, and then it was rainbow, the rainbow. And this rainbow has a story, because this rainbow is this plasma rainbow energy, and it's all about the plasma later on also, and crystalline. And they also said it's Jesus encoded, and Jesus wanna put the Jesus energy wanna put its DNA, structured DNA info codes again on and into the earth as a status. And it's changing, like I said, with this balance, it's changing from deconstruction into construction on Earth, more of the construction. And because of the reptilian codes, that held us back. See how beautiful that is? The codes held us back, the previous codes. So now we enter this new phase with this new energy, worlds, vortexes, codes. Yeah, and it was so beautiful because they said it. We are healing and calming the Atlantis story, and you know, it was always still about Atlantis, and it's always still about this Egypt thing. And 8-8 Lionsgate, the pyramids are aligning with the stars of Sirius at that time on the 8-8, and it's so much about this history, but they wanted to calm it. It was funny because a client of me, she is making candles, and yesterday I scrolled. She was here since before 3 or 4 months, and I totally forgot about her and everything. But yesterday I had the vision I should scroll through her candles to order one, and if you believe it or not, there was an Atlantis candle in her store, and I thought about buying it because I already knew it's like a healing candle, because Atlantis gets healed. And it's like I saw also from tarot, this world card is the end of a cycle. The end of the cycle of this grieving, and the end of the cycle of those ego gaps, where, for example, the reptilians came in because we always wanted to build great things like Atlantis and Egypt and Lemuria, and we wanted to rise, and we always forgot some ego spots, and the ego spots, other aliens came inside and grabbed them. So now we heal those. We didn't pull them out again, but we healed them inside of it, so that we come to a more holistic healing phase. So then this godlight containers, as I am also getting activated, and I felt like, I don't know, I couldn't speak in my little MP3 microphone. I was like, and blood was pumping, and this activation pulsing like a crystal. This crystal was activated, I was activated, everything is activated out there. And then the Andromedans came in with peace, soothing, support. It was so cool because I was pulsing, pumping, and they came. That was so relieving. And then at this little organ pyramid I have, it was a glow up, and with this glow up of this pyramid, the entire earth was glowing up. And then I was humming the feminine energy into the ground, and it was very much uterus related, and then it came up into the heart space, and I felt so much a warm heart. It's all about mothering the earth and mothering humanity, and we want to live more in a humanity, in a human friendly and animal friendly environment and place and earth, and yeah. So then my third eye was projecting this white into the ground, and it was then echoing in inner earth all our themes, like we need help, but we have this and we have that, all we can offer and all that we need was like a little bit like an exchange. And then the Pleiadians came, and they assist us always since the Corona time in general, to a more reasonable life, to a more human life. And then I wrote this unfolding this ivory white time now. I wrote ivory because that was the color. I am excited what comes with this, because stories happened already. So this white ivory time to, I think, to reflect more this plasma rainbow energy onto it. So more interest in things, and I prayed under the moon yesterday for a more, the people are more interested in each other, and so that we don't have so much fights, or sometimes we break up too early before we cleared everything and before we take the time to be interested in us and in our topics and our themes, everything that is us. So then I saw like a diamond crystal over this gate. I was sitting in a translucent crystal. And I wrote like a translucent star over this earth place. I call it Earth Place. It's that gate. And it was activating all the info I was holding in my godlike container. All this beauty in all our needs, reflecting and washing clean. That was so beautiful. Then came lots of crows over the field. It was quite alive. And then the whole place lit up yellow and godlight yellow, and then rainbow. And I held my hands into the sky, and then I did this, and some crystals were activated too. And it was crazy because all of a sudden the earth was a sun ball, became a sun ball, the entire earth. And many years before, I was working with with the serious beings, with serious feline beings, with one of my guides. His name is Son. And also the other one, I think his name was Lilier, yeah. And they were showing me some spaceship stuff and some things there. And in this all, I saw the sun glowing on the field. And I asked myself what the sun was. So I wasn't aware if it was the Sirius sun or if it was God's sun, Solaris. But God was always connecting to this field and pumping. And like before some years back in time, God like projected like the flower of life, but like in a dome, and pulsing and pumping its energies into this earth. So it was like already always manifesting. Sorry, I'm still so crazy. So that the earth is getting more godlight, like it's becoming Solaris and God's sun. And what I wrote then, it's so crazy because God, it all came in and they were projecting God's source onto here. And that was, I think, 2017 already. And I thought, what the heck is going on? Those high things here on earth, how this could be here, this could be manifested here, the 13th dimension here. It's all happening. The God heart was beating in the etheric realm, and now we had the earth is becoming a star, and I wrote the God star. So it's the star of God, and Earth want to be very much present in a light work state. That's very interesting as a planet, as a star, as shining out and working, because Earth was always so, you could hide in it, it was not significant, it was so tiny and almost gone, and now it wants to be a shining diamond, to evolve, to shine, to God in action, and Earth ascension. That the earth is getting more holistic, rainbowy, and I opened like a bubble within I just did a gesture like this, and it was like a bubble, and a bubble is always a manifestation option. And they told me it's like an in-between thing I opened. It's not like always Jesus always tells me in between. It's not good or bad or dark or bright. It's always something in between. Yeah. So for example, this is right, this is wrong, and in between is correct. Yeah, for example, it's always a word that it's more fitting in without labeling. Then the Venusians came to support, and the earth place field in this earth place was glowing yellow golden, and you see there the Venusians are touching earth. They are so giant. Then it was night time and I should go out again, and I saw this yellow glowing 3D pyramid into the sky. It was so cool. And I saw those lions. Those are like the elders and the ancients of the serious beings. And they always come, they always show me, and especially around this Lionsgate. And it's so interesting why this is called Lionsgate, because of astrology, but also because of those ancients, those lion ancients. It's amazing what's always, how everything is so connected. So, and then they showed me the stars, like they want like to have a mirror, like stars in the sky, so above, so below. And then they wanted to have like this glowing, the star theme here on Earth also. So I was praying under the moon and for interest in this helping will. And I spilled the blood into this beautiful field, and it's so in blossom there. It's so, everything is blooming and blossoming. It's like rose and white and orange. It's the heatherfield. It's so beautiful. It was so magical under the moon because it was not dark yet completely. It was so twilight zone, and the crickets were out, and the sun was setting so red fiery. And I received pictures of someone who's doing yoga on YouTube, and she had a beautiful picture. And another man on YouTube, he is he's working too with the spirit realm, and he had pictures also. He posted pictures about this beautiful moon that I saw also. It was so calming finally after this highly crazy time. And so I was seeing sheep and earth angels rise from this blood and on this earth plane, and I'm like, yeah, it's our time now. Our time will come now of the earth angels and the light workers. And as it was predicted many years ago, and it's the prophecy that we will come to so many problems now, if it's the floodings or if it's nature and whatever. They won't have the keys anymore for this problems, and so they come to us. They come to everyone who has an idea. That was the solution. That is not always just the politics, for example, so the politicians, so that people, everyone can come who has a great knowledge about a subject, a theme, so that they can come together and solve it. And in this morning, it was the morning sun transformation, I wrote here, and suddenly I saw my heart sun so glowing, and it was the heart sun. They told me the heart sun is configured now. So Earth became the sun and the heart became the sun very much in sun codes, and I saw like a shell. I wrote Atlantis shell at heart, the new birth, the new idea, the new without the new creation without the ego. Yeah. And they said, I knew that somehow I am a sister of the light elders, and I'm working with these elders of all time because they are always there, and they were very much with me in this Lyran grid out there on another heatherfield, but I didn't know that I am a sister of the light elders. So yeah, it was quite beautiful. And then I held my palms into the sun, and I saw this plasma rainbow water coming out into the sun, and from the sun into the hands. And also in this opalite stone in this crystal, in this grid, it was coming from that. and so beautiful, was activated. And then from the heart to the sun, and from the sun into the heart, and then it was like a plasma outburst. So it's all like, it works so much, this plasma, as a communication skill, so that we adjust all our frequencies, the heart, the sun, the planets, everything, so that we are all on the same frequency. So, and as you know, the more equal the frequencies are, the faster the communication is, without this huge and heavy, for example, body conditions. So that, because the prophecy was also that it won't be this hard anymore, this work out there. And when I think in the past I had conditions, I couldn't work for months, really sometimes even years. I was laying on the fields. I thought, I am not living a normal life. I can't live a normal life anymore. And I thought how this should be and how this should go on like this. And I said, if you want that, I'm still a light worker, I'm still working out there and doing all of this, then you really have to help me. And they always said, it's getting better, it's getting lighter. And first we had the grids and the energy gates, and then the gates were bridged by alien beings, and then we worked with the planets more, and everything got more self-working and self-reliant working. That was cool. And now I see that it's very much easier, but not completely easy. Sometimes it's super easy. Sometimes I just work within a finger snap, or I send an energy, it's done. But of course the 8/8 is always, and it was during the month of July, it was very much up. So it's always the phase where everything getting processed, especially when you're on your period and everything. So yeah, it was beautiful, because when the sun hit the field, I was spilling my blood. It was those subtle energies of yesterday, where the fields were like, everything was awakening within the blood and on this planet, and it was just so beautiful. And I had another vision about this triangle shape there, because they showed me it's not just like a gate and a healing tool and whatsoever for the Becca. It's also, it has to do with this building thing, because they showed me like this pyramid building from the Gizeh, for example, into this a triangle thing also. And it has to do something, they use it as for building, for energy, for healing, as a gate. They use it for so many different things, and it's one of the most popular and important forms and shapes at all. And I'm very excited how this is gonna work out and everything. And I'm sending you, like always, so many blessings, so much blessings, and all the energy that's from yesterday that's still everywhere. I just wanted to present it to you. You can close your eyes or just sit there and watch, or whatsoever comes into your mind. And I just want to we're doing the 8 of the 8/8, the infinity symbol and the beauty. And this is activating your heart sun also, but you can trust the God, you and your God will, the one will, thy will be done, our will be done, and trust that you have everything inside of you that is for this life and for this earth. So migrating honor and blessings from all of my heart, sun out to you. All my love, yours.